Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is the Two of Stones in Challenge. And when this card came up, I was thinking to myself, yeah, it's going to be a challenge to get out of this mediocre state that we were in from yesterday, right? Yeah, 2 days ago, you're being fulfilled. Okay, now this is all, these daily cards remind me of, the daily trek going through life. Okay, and that's what these pit cards are all about. Going through the daily step-by-step of your spiritual path. But at the same time, it's the daily steps of life, what we're going through. All right? And, you wake up today, and it's a challenge. It's a challenge just to get out of that mood that you were in yesterday, right? That Four of Vessels and boredom. Getting out of the apathy and just, you know what? I just don't want to do anything. But you have to prioritize your day as you go along. Okay, I'm going to get up. I'm going to go tinkle. I'm going to go eat. I'm going to start cleaning the room. Maybe I got to go to work, right? And once you start getting into the flow of things and you've made that challenge, maybe things get better for you. Maybe you get back to that fulfillment and that leadership opportunity of what the green man was giving you. Okay, your emotions aren't running high in this area, but yet at the same time, with that eel still with you, the Knight of Vessels, he's looking at it going, you've got to get a spark in your life to get out of this apathy. Okay, and he's telling you that, hey, as we're moving along, you're going to have challenges in life, daily challenges, weekly challenges, emotional challenges. Right? And it's how you face those emotional challenges that helps you move forward. And the horse says, you know what? Don't be stubborn about it either. All right? Let's keep pushing through. Keep pushing through, to the goal and the dream that you have. And at that moment in time, you say to yourself, I am being a follower and not a leader. The green man wants me to be that leader. But I just don't feel like leading. I want to just do my thing. I want to lead by example. And the horse says, you know what? You can do that. Just grab the reins and guide me where you want to guide me. And you start thinking about it, and it's just like, I just need to have a little bit of an advantage. Okay, I just need to have that little bit of stability and security. He goes, well, I got it for you. This card is, the hares are fighting for their territorial rights, but they're also prioritizing, where their area is. And the horse says to you, and the green man says to you, the green man pretty much says it, where do you want to set your mark? Where do you want to go forward? And that insecurity that you have just kind of bubbles within you. And it's just, I'm watching somebody else, do this, that, and the other thing. And as soon as he says, you're watching somebody else, that Three of Arrows pops up. He goes, why are you worried about what they're doing? Do what you do best. Lead by example, okay? Don't worry about those rivalries. Don't worry about those other people and what they're doing. You've been trained as a spiritual warrior to help people on their spiritual path. Make the decision and do so. And he's kind of giving you that little twist, right? And you start thinking about it and you said, you're absolutely right. I've gotten into this point ever since that Three of Arrows comes up of watching the jealousy, all right? But not seeing the blessings that I have in front of me. And once you start defending that position, whether it's with your significant other, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's at work, defending your position of saying, you know what? This is how I lead. I don't lead like somebody else does. All right? This is how I manage things. I don't manage like somebody else does. So don't judge me, all right, on that aspect of what they're doing. I'm learning as I'm going. But I've got my own path that I can walk. And, in the relationship, you look at that person and you just say, hey, look, I'm going to do the things that I feel are necessary to help this family out, all right? And I'm going to talk to you about it, and I'm going to help you understand, my point of view, and I want to listen to your point of view. But at the same time, You know, we can't just be sitting around doing nothing. We need to have some action going on. Whether they understand it or not, you're going to start taking control of that relationship. You're going to start taking control of, you know, how things are being done around the house, instead of sitting back letting somebody else, you know, take care of it. You may not agree with what they're doing, but at the same time, till you step up and say, hey, look, I don't agree with that. And they may look at it, well, you take care of it. I will. You know, they're looking at it that way. Once you defend your position, you can keep in touch with the pure and positive motivations that are out there in the spirit, in the spirit world, in the universe. Your spirit guides start giving you more information, start giving you the strength, you know, to move on. And then you start finding that advancement, that love, that happiness going on within, you know, the relationship, that respect, that dignity that you have within your work situation. All right? And maybe there's some material reward along the line, right? So stay clear and focused on your objectives. Understand that, you know, health and well-being are very important. You know, make sure that you keep a clear mind. Don't let things bog you down. Don't get into that apathetic state of boredom, right? Stay fulfilled, like the Three of Bows and fulfillment. Use that leadership ability the way you see fit. Keep pushing through on the horse and, you know, keeping your emotions in check with the eel. And always look within, like the hooded man, to see where you're at. Check in regularly with your spirit guides. Check in regularly with yourself, your higher self, to see where you're at. So that's today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck, that Two of Stones and challenge. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, share with others, give me a thumbs up. And this is D for Spirit's Path. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care. God bless. Stay safe, everybody.